Hey guys, my name's Corey. I'm the Youth and Young Adults Director at Sunlight Community Church. And yesterday on Instagram, I posed a question that was, what questions do you have about Christianity? And one of the most popular questions that came up was actually about prayer. How do I pray? Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with this particular climate of culture that we're in right now with the coronavirus and all sorts of crazy stuff like that going on. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe it's just general questions. Either way, I want to be able to help you, sort of give you a model to prayer. And I'm actually going to not pull from a model of my own, but rather a model of Jesus. In Matthew chapter 6, I have the verses on the computer up. Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13, he says this. This then is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Now, you can take this exact prayer and pray and memorize it and pray these exact words every single day, and that's okay. I think there's something really special about praying this. However, what Jesus wasn't asking us to do during this time was to just sort of copy his prayer, but rather he wanted to give us a model for prayer. And so I'm just going to break them down real quick. My goal is to keep this video under 5 minutes, so that means I have about 3 minutes left to go. So I'm going to break it down real quick. This is called the Lord's Prayer. The first one says, Our Father in heaven, and the first request or petition is this, hallowed be your name. This is basically Jesus is saying that at the beginning of every prayer we should be asking God, God, make your name more holy, make your name more famous, make your name more set apart than any other name that's in the world. And so the first one is hallowed be your name. The second one is your kingdom come. Right? As Christians, we should always be praying for God's kingdom to be expanded here on earth. We want other people to become Christians and see his kingdom come not only in our hometown, not only whenever we get to heaven, but all across the earth. And then it says, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So our prayer should be that God's will is being done, not my will, not the will of what other people expect of me or expect of the world or anything like that. We're not asking for the president's will to be done or the king's will to be done or anything like that. We're asking for God's will to be done. God, make your will be done. Your will is more important than ours. In fact, help us submit to your will. So you'll notice the first three petitions are all about God. Hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done. These are all prayers, things that we should be asking God to do for himself. And then in verse 11, it sort of flips the script and they become our requests. The first one is, give us today our daily bread. Right? We're not asking God to provide for us for the next 20 years, for the next 30 years, for the next 40 years. God, we don't need you to give us, money and cars and all these things. We're praying for our daily needs. God, provide us our daily needs. The second one is, forgive us our debts as we have also forgiven our debtors. C.S. Lewis says this, that to become a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable in others because the inexcusable has been forgiven in us. We're recognizing that we fail and that we've messed up and that we have debts that we owe to God, and we're asking God to forgive our debts, but that comes with us also forgiving the debts of others, and sometimes we need God's help for that. So we're asking God to help us forgive others because we've been forgiven. And then the last one is, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Our goal, our hope should always be to be looking more like Christ, to be following Christ in everything that we do. And this is going to include us not to falling into temptation and giving into sin, but rather asking God to lead us from those things, lead us more into who he is and what he cares about. So there you have it. That's a model prayer. The first few things are praying about God, for his name to become more holy, for his kingdom to come and his will to be done, and then providing for our daily needs and our forgiveness and forgiveness of others, and asking God to lead us not into temptation. I hope this helps. Love you guys. Again, I'm the Youth Director and Young Adults Director at Sunlight Community Church. Please do me a favor, if you liked this video, if you think it was encouraging to you or helpful to you in any way, don't forget to like and subscribe and maybe even share so that others can be encouraged as well. Take care, guys. Love you.